Sometimes you feel alone in this world and earth angels show up. Well, today I want to introduce you to someone who I feel like is a mini me. And I'm so grateful for her. Her name is Kim, and she's a loyal Soulful Journey fan. We'll learn more. Welcome to Soulful Journey.
Soulful means something that's heartfelt, deep, and profound. To journey means to travel from one place to another. This show is about deep and heartfelt discussions about where we are, where we're headed, and where we've been. It's a place where we highlight memorable moments we've had. This show is about everything and everyone that is good for the soul.
Hi, my name is Venus Jones. I'm the author of She Rose. I'm also an educator and a poet. And I like to always begin every day that I come to you in this platform. I like to begin with breath because this show is really, again, also about the soul. And it's about taking time for ourselves as high achievers and empaths and visionaries and change makers in this world. It's about taking time to give us a permission to pause. And so if you will, take a deep breath with me. We'll do that for at least a minute, and then we'll talk about building trust. Let's take a deep breath. Feel yourself breathing in and feel yourself breathing out without trying to control your pattern of breathing. Relax your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Notice how every breath is different from the next. Oh, it's the same with life. Ever changing. Ever evolving. And whatever is going through your mind right now, you can let it slip away. And just for this moment, we can come back to harmony. Because you are safe. You are accepted. And you are loved. Yes, so I want to start like I always do with a poem that reminds me of the person that I'm interviewing. And this one, it reminds me not just of Kim Rojas, but it also reminds me of, I'm just going to get some shout outs right now. Ernie Norling. It reminds me of Shannon Lee. It reminds me of Kalila Ramirez. It reminds me of Finn Granton, Christine Wright, Annie Finch, Urel Riley, Yolanda Jett, Dana Arthur, and Aja Carabas. These are my patrons. These are people who have sown a seed into me, whether it is starting as low as $1 a month, but it just means so much because I am always trying my best to show up as a light. And if you see my light and you are supporting me, especially right now with all that's going on in the world, you cannot understand how much it means. So to all of my fellow light workers and anybody who wants to support me, and maybe even $1 is a bit too much for you right now, I understand. But just know that any like, share, or anytime you tell someone else about the work that I'm trying to do in this world, I was named after a goddess, Venus, by my birth mother. And it just means my whole life I've been trying to do my best to represent love and light. And if you see that, please consider supporting me. And this person that I'm going to introduce you to, she has reminded me the importance of not giving everything away but I want to thank her for seeing my light. And I want to dedicate this poem to her. And her name is, again, Kim Rojas. And she is holding up the sun. Okay, so let me read this poem to you, because I was telling her that we were in conversation. I was thinking about this poem, and I was thinking about her. And this is it. Yesterday I saw you. Holding up the sun. You radiate warmth. Did you catch a fire? I see a glow in your eyes. Yesterday I saw you holding up the sun. Your arms like branches of a mother tree. A reminder that we can reach out and touch more than the sky. Yesterday I saw you listening for rain in your warrior pose. I saw you reaching out to be a great source of comfort for a comforter. Yesterday, I saw you holding up the sun, saying a kind word about that passing cloud, your colors bold and brave. How beautiful you are when you stand up straight, when you share your values, when you lift with your knees, the same knees you once kneeled on when you were praying for change. If God has the whole world in her hands, sometimes it's necessary. It's necessary to thank the heavens for angels and just say, yesterday I saw you, loving the light that lifts us all. Without any further ado, I want to introduce you to Kim Rojas. She is known as the self-growth goddess. She loves promoting growth mindset. She loves promoting health and wellness and helping self-proclaimed purpose-driven women find community. So here she is, the one and only Kim Rojas. Hi, Jess. Shake the maracas.
Hi. I'm so excited for this show tonight. I'm excited to be here. I'm nervous and excited.
Yes. So I always like to tell everybody who might be feeling, as a public speaking coach, I'm like always say, if you feel like you're nervous, just think, I'm excited. Those butterflies are just excitement. So yes, because trust me, I get it, because I have those butterflies too sometimes, especially when we want to hold up the light. What do you think about that poem?
I love it. Like, I was literally cheesing the whole time hearing you because I really felt like it was meant for me.
Yes,
For all of us that's out here holding light from one another. And
yes, shout out to Aisha, my other twin and the spirit twin. She's watching.
hey,
Glad she taught us. Shout out to Ronald, who said yesterday, I saw you. That was phenomenal thought. Yes, thank you, Ronald. I see you. I just want you to know I see you, and I thank you for coming into the chat. And you all, this is a conversation. We're all in this conversation together. So thank you for being here. And so let's get started. I'm so excited that you're here. And for the first time, I've never actually done this before, but because you have to understand, when I say earth angel, I'm thinking like y'all have to understand for real. This woman, well, I'm gonna like share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen so that you all can see. I just want you to be able to see how we met, and this is her describing how we met, and I hope this works because I'm a little nervous, but we'll see.
this.
Okay, we'll see. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Right. So here we go. I'm gonna show you all. This is a video of Kim and I in our first discovery call, because she got on the discovery call with me, and this is kind of what happened. Let's see if I can play it for you so you can see. So this is her and I talking. And I'm like, hey, me, Kim Rojas, right? And this is her talking. Hopefully can you see
So
it?
I met you on Clubhouse in the 48-hour woman empowerment group. I was lucky to hear you share your poem. I was lucky to experience you jumping out of your comfort zone. Before I heard you, I was in a place where I was just listening and trying to find peace within. So hearing you and hearing how genuine and pure your words were really, it struck this light in me. I don't know, like I was just like listening to you, and I'm like, I gotta follow her, I gotta look for her, I gotta like connect with her, like I have to. I don't know, like something told me inside that something told me to reach out to you because you're gonna help me step into my calling. You're gonna help me step into my highest self, and you're gonna help me put my story together. And we have a lot of, just like you say, you're your ancestors' wildest dream. I am my ancestors' wildest dream, and I hear it from strangers. So like that day, I witnessed it because I'm like, oh my God, that's a sign. That is a sign. That is a sign. That is a sign. And I was literally at me, and it's just, it's a blessing. I'm happy. I'm excited. I've been watching every of your episode. Well, so far, I've been binge watching your episode. I've been taking my notes, and every time I hear you, I get the confirmation that I did the right decision. I found. You did, and we are going on this journey together. We're on this soulful journey together.
Oh, love it. So yes, we are still on this soulful journey together, sis.
Yes.
So you didn't know, okay, we're still learning each other. We're talking about building trust today. But the way you came in was a special way. You came in and you let me know that we had a connection. So one of the first tips, like I feel like when we're building community and we're building trust with each other, and especially as women of color, right? There's so many times that I have to prove that I'm trustworthy, it feels, because of isms, right? And I know you can relate. But when someone comes in and they can remind you of like how we connect, like, so I want to start there with this question. You said in that clip when I first met you that you connected with me because I say in my profile that I'm my ancestors' wildest dreams. Can you tell me why that connects with you so much? And we can dive a little bit deeper into that as a starting point. And yeah, let's start there.
So, I can really say, sorry.
This.
A lot of people, strangers, like I can be walking, minding my business, and people will come to me and be like, "Oh my God, like you are so, you have so much light, you have so much, you're so powerful, you don't even know." And I'm like, okay, that's very weird, but when I started working on myself, when I started healing, I started seeing that I like doing a lot of things. I'm very multi-passionate. So when I read that, I'm like, I mean, she has to, it means that she's very multi-passionate and she's so talented and she has a lot of,
Drive.
right?
That's what we both have, is a lot of drive and a lot of passion, right? As you said, to represent our ancestors. And so I'm glad that because anytime someone tells me that, like for me, I'm a legacy lover, right? So I love that you love that. And the people that watch this show, I'm hoping that that's what we're attracting to, is the people who really care about not just saving themselves, but saving and helping somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, love that. Somebody says multi-passionate, because listen, for so many years, I felt like, oh, I don't fit. I don't fit here. I don't fit in this box that the world is trying to tell us that we're supposed to be in, like this box of you need to just do one thing. When I come from excellence, I come from people who was, doing it all, right? And sometimes I have to remember and break that generational curse of doing it all, and sometimes doing it all for free, right? But we have to know our worth, and I'm glad that you are helping me also, even though, I know I've been, mentoring you, but you've been mentoring me too, because you're reminding me of my worth. And thank you so much for not even knowing me that well, but seeing me so clearly from jump. And I think that's number one, is seeing a connection and reaching out, which is what you did. So that's one way we build trust. Another way we build trust, right, is what? Being honest, Miss Kim. And one thing I can see when I look at you, you're real honest. You're very, very transparent, which I love in people. So let me ask you. You said you call it fire, because I have in my mentorship practice with you, I have times where I try to tell you something, but you still hear it, what I love, but you still like, but listen. You are really right, really speak to the fire that you have of your perspective, but also hear me out, which is great, because when there is that open and that honest transparency, that also builds trust. But have you always been like that? Have you always been transparent, and why? Or what was the pivot where you weren't one time maybe and you became transparent?
Yes, I've been transparent for a very long time, but not as bold as I am now. Now I'm like, okay, well, if I'm not comfortable, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't care, I'm not gonna allow myself to settle where I know I'm not welcomed, or if I'm not comfortable. Like the other day, for example, when we had our conversation, I was like, oh, my ego is like getting in the way right now. And that's taking a lot of me, because before I would always have this issue of, oh, I can't, let me not, because then this person's going to get mad at me and this, that, but then that would hurt me, because that's not what I'm comfortable with. That wasn't me being
Right.
true. Like, I'm here doing something for somebody else because I'm scared that they're going to get mad at me or whatever. Now I'm just like, my feelings matter. Just like I make sure that other people's feelings matter. My feelings matter. I matter. And if you can't respect how I feel, then we don't need to be friends.
Okay. Because it's about respect, that key word. Rest in peace, Aretha Franklin. RESPECT. Okay, they need to find out what it means to you and me. Okay, so yes, I heard you loud and clear, because you were like, look, but it's that self-awareness. And it's so hard to build trust when we don't have self-awareness, when we're not having the question of, okay, why am I not supporting person? Or if someone is like, if you're feeling something and you're in a conversation like you were, and you're ready to like lash out, and knowing you can, like, it's like that observer where you see yourself observing yourself, and you can say, oh, wait a minute, that's ego. Now that shows me that maybe you may be younger than me, but you are so much older and more wiser in that type of being able to apply that kind of knowledge. That's like old soul stuff, right? And I just give thanks for that old soul, young heart that you have. And that's why I say you're almost like a mini me. And I know I got another twin in the chat, but that's what we had. And I wish I could just spread it around and give it to everybody. But it's also something that you can practice. And I'm glad that you said that you haven't always been like that, because I know I haven't either. So thank you for sharing that and knowing and letting people know that it can happen for them. It's just being aware and being able to see yourself and pause. So well, let me ask you some more soul chat questions. Okay, we have another question for you. All right, let me ask you this. Oh, wow. Have you ever had a near death experience? I've never asked anybody this, but I know you're brave and you're transparent, so I'm gonna see how courageous you can be. And maybe you haven't, but I want to know more about that. Have you ever had a near death experience? Because I'm watching this show right now called Surviving Death on Netflix. Girl. But we'll talk about that later.
Yes. Back in August 2014, me and my god sister, we were crossing the street, and next thing I know, I woke up in a hospital bed, and
Wow.
I was lucky because I was told that my heart was like I got hit, and the ambulance actually thought I was gonna die because my heart was racing too fast. Like I was really like close to dying. Like I don't even know how I made it because my body flew to the other side of the road. So
Wow.
I had like two. I felt like I was dying at least. Experience. You want to know the second one?
Well, I want to know more about this one. So you were just walking across the street and you felt like, okay, now I'm up in the hospital. Wow. Okay. How did you survive, or what happened? Were you hurt? Obviously you were hurt. That's a stupid question, but maybe I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean? I guess I'm trying to get more detail of what did you heal from? Did you have broken bones or?
Yes. I healed from, I lost my front tooth. That was something very hard for me. That was the first thing I realized when I woke up in the bed, like the gap in my mouth. And my two bottom teeth were fractured as well. So it took a lot. I let that put me into really bad depression. I did had suicide thoughts because I let my temporarily self-image destroy me. Wow. And letting other people thought, like I was assuming that people were paying attention to my mouth and all that stuff. And then I was brave enough to tell my counselor,
wow,
I need to go see a therapist. I need to go get help. And I went to go get help.
Can we pause there? For getting help when you needed it and knowing that you needed it, especially during these times that we're going through this pandemic, and some people still haven't gotten to that point.
Yes.
As we take a deep breath for them. So yeah, now I see why you're the self-growth goddess. Sometimes you got to go through something to be able to teach other people to get through.
That's true. That is true. I don't want to experience that. That traumatized me. Like I couldn't even. Every time I would pass that area, I would get these flashbacks. Like I didn't even want to cross the street. Like it was that bad for me. But I'm happy. I'm stronger. I do have my bad days, like this morning, but I'm pulling through.
Okay.
I'm pulling through.
Yes. Okay. So but it's okay. Yeah. So what helps you pull through?
What helps me?
Yeah. What feeds your spirit?
You checking me? Honestly, praying. That's something that I've been doing for the past. I've been on my self-growth journey for 63 days. And in these 63 days, I've been praying. I've been seeking God more. And honestly, that's been helping me so much. It's been helping me find peace inside my heart.
So what does your morning routine look like? So, and can I first, let me pause you.
Go ahead.
62 days. Wow. Okay. That's commitment. Was there something that sparked you to do a prayer every day? Is that what it is? Your self-growth means that you pray every day at a specific time, or what does that look like?
I pray. I practice savers.
What savers?
Sit in silence is for the S. Affirmations. So I do speak affirmations to myself. I visualize what it is that I want. I visualize my higher self and manifesting my goals. Exercise. Even if I'm not moving my body, I am doing something mentally, something.
You got that bowl. I saw you.
Yes.
You got one of them bowls. Is this helped you too?
Yes.
Hey, I got one. Singing bowls. Yeah.
And reading. So I'm reading Woman Evolve right now, and scribing, journaling is for the S. So I've been doing that, and it's been helping me. It's been helping me a lot, but constantly I've been focused on the prayers. And I've been learning so much.
Yes, yes. But I love how you said that even though we commit to this work of taking care of our spirit first, I forgot when you told me savers, it reminded me of that book. And I guess you may not be aware of that book, but I forgot. There's a book called Miracle Morning.
I need to get that book.
So this is what's funny about knowledge. You learned about something that's in that book called Miracle Morning, called savers. That's where that comes from. But I don't care that as long as you got it, and it's definitely helping you. And I'm trying to do my savers too, because I forgot that that's what you said that before. But yes, my husband's in the chat. He's like, yeah, 100, because he's with me, right? We're both like trying to get to do some similar work, because and you remind me of this, because that y'all know, here's the secret, that sometimes I'm like, this is my first time doing a deep breath with y'all, because I have to slow down, right? I have to slow down.
Me telling you, slow down.
Because y'all want me to have a strategy for being here, like Les Brown would say. But we are here. And those practice, I love how it says savers, because I remember y'all what Vazant would say, you got to save yourself. Okay. How are we gonna save other people if we don't do the savers first? So that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that with us and reminding us of the importance of that. Yes. So yeah, I'm loving it. Oh, wow. Okay. Ronald has something in the chat too. He says, I had a near-death experience at age 15, and they said I was considered dead for 42 seconds. Ooh, Ronald. I may have to have you on the show. We could talk more about that. Because people who rise from the dead spiritually, and sometimes I wonder, that can be a daily practice for some. When you suffer from depression, or your challenges is mental health, right? Trust me, I know. So I'm so proud of you for still coming on this call, even though this morning, as they say, weeping may endure for a night. Sometimes joy comes in the morning. Sometimes joy don't come in the morning. Oof. But we can still keep going in the afternoon. Yes.
Yes.
So
I'm proud of you.
I'm about to start crying. Because I know what I did.
We're strong. And even with tears rolling down my face, I told myself I'm strong, and I'm not gonna stay in this feeling forever. That's one thing. As long as you don't keep yourself in the same feeling, in the same funk, and you do something about it, that's what matters.
Exactly. And knowing what matters most. So I want to ask you, I know you watch this show. So speaking of what matters most, it's about that time I have to ask you about if you were going somewhere, and we're all going somewhere, and you could only take one thing though, what would it be? What matters most to you that you know that would keep you going? Is it a cultural artifact? Is it a book? Is it, because I know you just mentioned a book. There was a book you had there, but I don't know if that was the thing, or is that your show and tell item you brought for us today?
That's a show and tell item.
What is that book?
The Woman Evolve, Break Up with Your Fears and Revolutionize Your Life.
Who is it by?
Sarah Jake Roberts.
Why do you love this book?
Oof, because it's speaking volumes to me.
Okay.
Can I share something?
Yeah, tell me more.
Okay. Let's. I'm gonna share what I shared with you actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know you was gonna bring this book back in, but hey, yeah, that's when you know it's real. You got to bring it back in.
Wait.
Something that speaks to your spirit might help somebody who's watching or listening.
My purpose is to create environments. Well, I'm sharing this because this is what I feel like my purpose is too, and our purpose actually, because hello. My purpose is to create environments where women feel safe enough to retrace their steps so they can see where pain, disappointment, or failure bury their hope, potential, and faith. Because when we dare to retrace our steps, we learn that those difficult experiences did not only hurt us, they changed the way we show up and engage in relationships, friendships, business, family, and the world in general. Just because you survived something doesn't mean you didn't experience damage. There is truly nothing more necessary for our journey of healing than acknowledging we've been damaged. How else can we heal unless we admit we are wounded?
Woo-wee.
That when I read that, I was like, ooh, I gotta highlight and I gotta share with Venus because
yeah, and what they don't know can hurt all of us. And that just came to me. Yeah. Being vulnerable is scary. I'm in my Soulful Journey Facebook group asking folks, what's your biggest challenge? What do you want us to see? And I see crickets sometimes. And I'm not sure if it's crickets because you're afraid to share what you are having challenge with in front of everybody. But then I have to put that mirror up. Am I sharing what I am having challenges with my supporters and with people who want to be supporters, but they're still not sure about me? And am I sharing more of my lessons? So yeah, I feel that, like, yeah. That's why I started off giving shout out to my supporters and letting people know I only have maybe like 9 solid people who are willing to sow a seed into me. 9 people, but I got 90,000 views on YouTube. How is that? Like, so I just want people to know and feel my pain with that. There is pain there with that. And thank you for sharing that with me, because that's a word. It's a word. And some people just don't know. They might think, oh, she's good. No, not always. Not always. And that's why when you show up like you do, Kim, and like, I feel like we're family already, and I haven't even known you. How long have I known you? It's only been like, but again, this is what's so beautiful about the spirit. I've always been like a spirit person. Like, and I said that to my husband the other day. I was like, I feel like I'm a spirit person. I've always been like, even when I was young, my mom would be like, you don't even know that girl's last name, but I knew their spirit. You could see it, you could feel it, right? And sometimes that is very important. But we're talking about building trust today. Can you tell me, we all got stories of when somebody has betrayed trust, but can you tell us a story or share with the people of how, what do you think is the most important thing you need to do to build trust? Now, I talked about being honest. I talked about being open and transparent.
Communication.
Okay, tell me about that. Why is communication important to you when it comes to building trust?
I feel like communication is important because I want to know where you at, how you feeling, where we're standing. And it's healthy. I feel like when you are communicating, you're creating a healthy relationship, a healthy bond, and you're not so lost or confused. Um, I'm actually kind of struggling a lot with communication because I feel like when you don't communicate properly, I don't like feeling ignored. So that's why I think clear communication and open communication is key to building trust, so that you know where you put in your trust.
Indeed. And this is where it's not fair because I actually have a degree. I have a degree in communication. That was my bachelor. So I studied it a little bit more than most, but some people think communication is just this. But it's also this, listening. It's not just moving your mouth, but it's actually also listening and being able to remind people that they have been heard. Right. And that's what I love about our relationship already, is that you're letting me know that you're hearing me. You came in with, look, I hear you. Look at these notes that I've taken from watching Soulful Journey. And I'm like, whoa, okay. That's what's up. Because at the end of the day, we all want to be heard. And we all want to be supported. But how much are we willing to share and tell someone else what they mean to us before it's too late? Because we all see it after you go. Everybody like blowing up the chat. Oh, she was amazing. That Kim Rojas, she was all that. You know. which is why I started this show, because I was like, wow, I just was feeling like right after Nipsey and we lost a lot of people in 2020. I was like, man, why are we like building these people's spirits up now while they're here? Because some people can die from a broken heart, and then all this love comes after the fact. But yes, somebody said clear communication. Yes, so I'm glad that you shared what that looks like to you. And it just means like don't let the communication channel just break. But that's like a thing these days. I was taught, but I mean, you don't represent that, but a lot of younger people going ghosting and everything. So why do you think people do that? Why do you think people just go ghost? Why do you think people do that? Like,
Probably because they're not feeling okay. Probably they need some time. These are some good thoughts I'm trying to radiate instead of thinking the negative ones. But to make us feel better, probably needed some time to themselves to, rebuild and figure out what it is that they want, or figure out their feelings. Or sometimes people just ghost because they're no longer interested in you.
Yeah. And they're worried about how
that from that thought, but
right, that can happen too. But I feel like it's okay to just say that, right? And keep it moving and say I'm honoring myself, like you said earlier on. That's what's up. But speaking of commitments, being clear about commitments and what you're wanting to do up front. I mean, there is somebody, a loyal Soulful Journey fan, who told me, look, I'm struggling with, but he told me in the DM, like, I'm struggling with commitment. And we definitely want to like dive deeper into that on another show. But like, if you're struggling with commitment, it almost might mean that we're talking about building trust here. You might mean that you don't even trust yourself. And how have you built up trust for yourself?
I'm working on that. That's a day by day journey. Because it's like I trust myself, but sometimes I feel like I don't trust myself. When I let my feelings try to get the best of me, like, oh, you're not doing enough, Kimberly, or oh, like I need to like start trusting the fact that I am doing enough and actually acknowledging every step that I'm taking and not thinking about not paying attention to the steps that I didn't take. So building, yeah, like having more confidence is what I need to work on. Like I have so much confidence for other people and I have so much for others, but I need to match it with myself.
Yeah.
It's a journey.
It is. It's a soulful journey.
Yes. Not
paying
easy.
attention to your soul and saying, okay, what's going on here? And I want to, and like, I mentioned, I love how you said, look, my ego's taking over it. And the ego would want us to be all about ourselves. Like, oh, I'm going to come in, I'm going to get mine and I'm out. Who cares about commitment? Right? It could be on the job. It could be in a personal, intimate relationship. It could be with family. And when that happens, it can break down trust. So if we, as brown and Black people specifically, and we definitely can't afford not being able to build together if we're going to survive. Yeah. Being only about self-promotion, we're going to make that number 4. Self-gain, we're going to make that number 4 of the 4 tips of building trust. Because when you're holding up the light and you see yourself helping somebody who might be a narcissist or somebody who's the complete opposite of us empaths, right? And you're like, okay, come on, you got to give me something though, right? You got to give me something if I'm going to stay in this. But that's why I love that you are aware though of just being the person that can.
But
also recognize. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
This didn't happen overnight. This is, I had no choice but
here's the thing, because when I first met you, you were working with some young people, some even older than you, different ages of women. Because tell me more about your practice and how we can support you in, I guess, in that way, because I don't know if that's something you still want to do, or maybe you don't know the answer to that. But I know that when I first saw you and I met you, you were nurturing people, but you felt like they weren't appreciating it. Can we dive deeper into that and how? Can you tell me more? Because I'm still trying to figure out how this might help someone. If there's a lesson in it.
Yes. I kind of felt like my ego took over a bit.
Okay.
So I coach ladies. I attract moms. I'm not a mom, but within this journey, I've been attracting a lot of moms. And what I do is I have a fire in me, and I wake up and I'm on my journey, and I have this routine and I want to help everybody. So I attracted these ladies that found me, and I made a group chat. I was like, okay, we can come together, we can build a community, but please don't waste my time. I'm in the season. I can't have anybody delay me. I can't have anybody saying that, they want to match my energy. They want my help. They want my guidance. But yet when it's time to get to work, when it's time to really do the work, there's crickets. Everybody wants to, oh, I need to step away, or oh, this. Like, everybody was giving me so many excuses. And I'm like, okay, well, here I am, shining bright, pouring everything that I have in me, but my cup's not getting full, And I've always been the type, that's one thing about me. I've always had a big, big heart. I've always been the type to give, and I've given to the wrong people because I've always ended up hurt. And I feel like that trauma is still kind of following me around, because when I felt like I was just empty, when I felt drained, because I would sit here and write a good morning in the chat or send something, because I like to share everything that I do. I don't go by a particular thing. No, I share what I do, point blank. I'm like, this is what I do. If you want to do it, go ahead. I share the videos. And when I just started feeling like nobody was replying, like the energy was just, my spirit started getting low. I started radiating low, because I'm like, damn, like I thought I was doing it. Everybody tells me you amazing, you this, you that, but your actions ain't matching what you saying. So I felt like I did was what was best, and I told them that I need to back away. I need to take time for myself, and I need to reevaluate myself, because me giving and I'm not receiving any type of um, appreciation is not helping me keep going.
Yeah.
I found other communities that's helping me heal. Um, But yeah, I don't like feel. That's that's why I say communication is key. Building trust, building relationships. Because if you don't communicate with me, especially if you want my help, I feel like I'm being ignored, and I don't feel like I'm worthy enough. And that's where my ego clicks in, because just because I'm not getting that, I shouldn't feel like that. But it's part of growing. It's part of healing. It's part of facing all of that.
Yeah. Well, I see you, and I love people who have, yes, the energy that you have. And I know you're not perfect, but neither am I. And I'm just the kind of person that if I see somebody with drive and who is willing to yes, put people ahead of themselves, but at the same time know the value that they have of self-love and the importance of self-love. Oh, I understand that you going places. So balance is key, as Steve said. I see you in the chat. And somebody said lack of I'm sorry, it just says Facebook user, but because we're broadcasting in different places, but it says lack of accountability or using ghosting as a method of communication. Well, no communication is communication. All right. I heard that. And what that means is that, yeah, sometimes we have to walk away when we see that this person is communicating the best way they know how, which is not communicating at all. And yeah, I don't know. But we've seen a lot of relationships break because of that. So if you are trying to hold on to someone, let this be the lesson that you hear, that you are going to have to communicate. And if you need help, you better reach out to a self-growth goddess or to Venus Jones, okay? Venus Love Jones, because that is not the key to success, is not communicating. And that's one thing I do know for sure. So let's look at one more question, maybe, that I love to ask everybody. Oh, well, I'm going to ask you a fun question. Let me see if I got a fun question for you. Look, okay. All right. Oh, but I love your mom. I did a good chance. Is there a lesson from your mom that she'll never forget? Is there something she says all the time?
What doesn't she say? One thing my mom always told me was, Kimberly, wait, which one is it?
It's a few.
Stop settling for somebody that can't show you your worth. Stop. Because I used to get in relationships and she would be the first one to see that the person wasn't good enough for me. And if I would sit here and cry, she'll be like, why are you crying? This and that. You're so amazing. You don't need to sit here and think that you're not good enough for somebody. Don't ever think that you're not good enough for somebody because of somebody's actions. To this day, she always tells me that.
So that's one of the most beautiful things you can tell a child is you are good enough. Ah, I love it. Shout out to Mama Rojas. She doing the dang on thing. I love it. So what's the most important? Fame, fortune, or love?
What's the most important? Fame, fortune, or love? Love? Or
okay.
I don't really want to be famous.
This is a speed round. This is a speed round. Rice or beans?
Rice.
Okay. Okay. All right, I got another one for you. Okay, if you had a celebrity crush, who would it be? Or have you ever had a celebrity crush? Not really. That's okay.
No.
Can't think of somebody. They all stink. Huh. Let me sip some water. Because you're not thirsty.
Because
you are not thirsty. I see that. All right, let me move on then. What song makes you dance no matter what?
Afrobeat music or reggae. I have one right now that's like on the top of my list. Hold on, I'll show you right now. Have you heard of Romping Shop?
No.
Oh, well. Hold on, let me see. I don't know, but I just like reggae. I like Afro beats.
Okay.
Like that makes me. Oh, let's get into Life is Simple. Do you know Life is Simple?
Life is simple. All right, Mama. Let me ask you this last question, and then we gotta go. This is a standard question. Okay. Do you have a favorite quote? And if you could put something on your headstone, what would it be? Is it "Life is simple," or is it something else?
Oh, there's one that I literally took a screenshot because it spoke to me. Mm-hmm. Life is too short to stress yourself about. Wait, let me replay. Life is too short to stress yourself about people who don't even deserve to be an issue in your life. Stop expecting loyalty from people who can't even give you honesty.
Oh, if that don't sum up this episode. Okay, let it be known. Okay, you was all about it, and I'm so grateful that you're being so honest and so transparent with me. What a superpower! And just continue being the bright light that you are. Continue to be a beautiful lighthouse of, and thank you for seeing the light in me. And I cannot thank you enough. So what I want to do now is let everybody know that the very first Soulful Journey after party is going to be at Patreon, at the Patreon website, patreon.com/FutureLoveJones. And I want you all to come there because Kim and I are going to be rocking it out. I also have what you don't know, you heard in the beginning of this program, Kim talking about, I heard you doing this meditation, this morning meditation. I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to put this morning meditation out there for the world to hear. So I recorded it just for you, Kim. So because you're a patron, you'll get a chance to hear it and hear it again. But I actually added some more magic to it. So I call it the golden morning experience, the golden, the golden guide. So I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. So I'm excited.
Thank you. I'm excited. I'm excited.
So yeah, and yeah, Steve says you go put that on your headstone. I don't know what you mean, Steve. But
It's probably too long for it.
Yeah, it is kind of too long for maybe that's
Well,
what
I would put on my headstone.
it is long.
Trust yourself.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because that's how you can trust other people. The more we start trusting ourselves. Oh, we just coming full circle all day today. So I love it. Well, is there any way people can stay in contact with you or
Yes, you can follow me on Instagram at Self Growth Goddess. And I do have a Facebook page. My Facebook page is Self Growth Journey with Kim. Was it? I forgot I got two Facebook pages. I got the Kim Rojas and I have Self Growth Journey with the Goddess. I think it's Kim the Goddess. Kim the Goddess. Booyah. There you go. But I am
well, I'm so happy for just the fact that we can come full circle and just everything. I'm all about the growth. I see you all about the growth. Let's keep growing together. And yeah, so that's it. And I just want to say thank you again. We put your link in the chat for those who are interested, and just keep being you, Kim. Just keep being yourself, and your tribe is on the way, and we may continue, and we may not, but that doesn't matter. I'm just glad that our souls crossed, and I'm just so grateful for you and what you're doing to help yourself and to help others in this world.
Thank you.
So just thank you again, and I guess I want to say goodbye for now. Okay. So that has been another episode, a beautiful episode of Soulful Journey. And actually, you should know that Soulful Journey is going through some changes right now. So we are going to be taking a break. I have the beautiful Kim Rojas, who and I are going to be thinking. So just find us on the Soulful Journey Facebook page. We might be asking you some more questions about as we grow, to all of us grow together. Yes, about some of the challenges, because I want to help the people who have been paying attention. We got about 500 people right now, and we're growing. But I want to find out what it is that you need, and remind you that I am here to serve, but I also am here to remind you of the ways we build trust as a community. And that is, we're being honest, we're being open and transparent. We are sharing, right, commitments, and we're looking for ways to be about reciprocity. And that is really just about the exchange and remembering the importance of communication. Thank you so much for watching this show. Thank you for communicating with me and letting me know how I could be of better service and seeing the light by supporting the light. So if you want to support me, make sure that you follow venusjones.com and subscribe. Go to the YouTube and subscribe and share this to somebody or anybody who you know is trying to build community, because you are so loved, and especially when you show up as love. And I'm Venus Love Jones, and I just want to remind you always to keep looking up and to keep looking out, because when you do, there is a lot less fear and there is a lot less doubt. So stay tuned in Patreon if you don't want to miss a thing. So again, Patreon, Venus Love Jones, and that's it for now. So I know I will see you when I see you. Blessings always. Divine.